Okay, my friends. So here we are in Canvas, and we're gonna kind of poke through what you see right now in the first couple days of the course. I keep it pretty thin, pretty lean. There's not a whole lot in Canvas. I try to keep only stuff you're actually going to use. So, and for my course in particular, that's the modules. Everything lives in the modules. So I've got the course set up so that you get to the modules first. Week 0, this is probably the video you're watching right now. And these are little inline reminders I'll drop from time to time if I think things are important. Week 1. So week 1 is going to be very similar to pretty much every other week in the course, except for this. Because this is an online course, I need to have you submit something to keep you in the course. For those of you that are currently enrolled. And for those of you that are waitlisted, I need you to submit this something so that you can get into the course if I end up having room. So the only due date that is different than all other due dates in the course is for this thing called the Canvas Scavenger Hunt. Let's talk about that first, because this is probably the most important thing that we've got to get this done before Wednesday, September 24th at 5 p.m. So that's the first Wednesday of fall term 2025. Okay, so the way this works, this is going to be a kind of a weird one-off. So we're going to go ahead and look at this, and then we're going to talk about the rest of the course. We're going to click on this. It is a submission. Now, I don't like the way Canvas looks when it comes to this submission page. I wish I could take so much of this stuff away, but I can't, so whatever. Almost every assignment that I give you in this course is going to look like this. It's going to say, start by opening up this PDF, then answer these questions in a separate document. Remember, only include your answers in the document, not the original questions. Please number them, though. Once you're done, submit your Word doc via the link below. Okay, so we have to do this first. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up this PDF. I am an old Gen Xer, so I'm gonna open this up in its own PDF, in its own window. And here we go, it's opening up right here. I'm gonna pop it open so we can see it. So can I zoom in Canvas? I can, yay, yay. Okay, so this is the document you're gonna be working off of. You don't have to print this. No need to print this. This is like a page in a digital textbook, for lack of a better analogy. So you're just going to read Canvas Scavenger Hunt, and you're going to read. I'm not going to read it to you now because this is the whole point of the Scavenger Hunt, is to have you read it. Okay, and I try to give you little clues as to where to go. Like for starters, it says click on the syllabus link in week 1's module. Oh, that sounds like fun. Let's go back to the syllabus link in the module. So I got to go back to the syllabus link. Where was that? Oh, there it is. And this is going to pop open a syllabus that I just updated earlier today. I'm going to pop it open here. Okay, there it is. And then from this document, there's going to be a ton. Whoops, I just found a typo. I need to fix that. And you're going to search through this syllabus document, which is going to help you answer these first couple questions. And then it's going to tell you to go somewhere else. And then it's going to ask you to open this picture, and it's going to ask you to take a picture. And the whole point of this is sometimes in this course, you're going to be submitting digital documents like Word docs or PDFs. Totally great. Sometimes you're going to need to take screen grabs of something that lists online, which is what numbers 3 and 4 kind of do. Number 5 is on the off chance, and some students like to do this, and I love it too, if you would rather write something down versus using digital means. So you got to be able to get all of those things into a document that you can submit to me. Hopefully that makes sense. And I try to give you a rationale for why I do this. Okay, hopefully that's making sense. If not, you got my email. You can send me an email. All right, beautiful. And you're going to keep on reading, and it's going to answer this. These questions are all going to be answered in line. Again, all you got to do is number them and give me your answer. Don't copy the questions over. I've got the document right in front of me. Just give me number 1, give me my email. Number 2, give me the meeting ID. Number 3, such and such. Number 4, such and such. So when you're done, you're going to have 15 numbers and 15 answers next to them. And that's it. Then you're going to submit that. Let me escape out of this. We're going to go back out to the, modules. Once you have your document saved, you're going to submit it. I think you can drag and drop right here, or you can click on here and find it that way. And that's your submission for the Canvas Scavenger Hunt. And just make sure it's due before Wednesday, September 24th at 5 p.m.
This is really important, fam. If you're enrolled in the course and you don't submit that scavenger hunt before 5 p.m. on the 24th, I have to drop you. That's COCC policy. And that means I start letting people in off the wait list. So be sure that you get, if you're enrolled in the course, get that thing in by 5 p.m. September 24th. If you're on the wait list, you have to have that in by the 24th. So in case there's room, I'll get you in. I can't promise you a seat, but the only way to be eligible to get a seat is by submitting that Canvas scavenger hunt. Okay, back to the video.
That's it. Wednesday, September 24th at 5 p.m. That's all you got to do. That is the only thing in this course that is going to be due in the middle of the week. Everything else in the course, the due dates are going to be on Fridays at 10 a.m. Fridays at 10 a.m. So I know that's weird, and that's one of the things I mentioned in the previous video. I do things a little differently than other folks. So the way the course is going to work is I've kind of set it up. Now that we've talked about the Canvas scavenger hunt and the rainy day coupons, that'll make sense to you once you get into the Canvas scavenger hunt and the syllabus and you're kind of, like I said, scavenger hunting. The rest of the course is going to be laid out in days, and I try to keep it day 1, day 2, 2 days a week. In week 2, you'll see day 3, day 4. In week 3, you'll see day 5, day 6, and so forth and so on. Because I try, even though it's an online course, I try to kind of keep it going as if it were an in-class course. So day 1 could be like, for example, Tuesday, and day 2 could be Thursday. Whatever, that's all. So each day is going to have a playlist of videos. Let's go and let's take a look at it's a YouTube playlist. There we go. Yep, Stat 243 day 1. Just hit play all. Let them play all the way through. Occasionally you'll get an ad. I blame Logan Paul, as we all should, us small creators. But hopefully they're not deal breakers for you. And then when you're done with the videos, you can go in and try this homework. Let's open this thing up. Here's the day 1 homework. It's also a PDF document. See, I told you, everything you're going to be submitting looks the same. Almost all the instructions are going to look the same. Open the PDF. Open the PDF. Here's the document. Okay? And that just like the Canvas scavenger hunt, it's got numbers and it's got points attached to them. Yay. All you're going to be doing is, like I said, reading through it. I'm trying to zoom in here. There we go. You're going to be zooming in. Make sure you read and then answer. So, for example, for this one, for each of these, tell me whether it's qualitative or quantitative. If it's quantitative, also tell me if it's discrete or continuous. Boom! And if it's qualitative, give me at least 2 possible values. So you know, there's your instructions. That means number 1, you're not going to copy and paste this. You're just going to put your answers there. You also don't have to tell me it's worth 1 point. I know that too. So just number 1, your answer. Number 2, your answer. Number 3, your answer. Down through number 7, 8, 9, 10, your answer. Okay, and there's a weird little font there. I'll deal with that too. And then you're going to be done. You're going to have that document saved. You're going to come back to homework for day 1, more game analysis, and you are going to submit it just like you did the Canvas scavenger hunt to its place. Please only submit stuff to the correct place, like only put the homework for day 1 here. Now you'll notice the due date for this one is September 26th. At 10 a.m. That's a Friday. It's the first Friday of the term. All the due dates for a given week are that same time. So even though, let's see, can I back out of here on the module? I can. Even though I've got this listed at day 1, this homework, that homework, and these quizzes, you'll learn about those in the syllabus. These quizzes are all going to be due no later than Friday at 10 a.m. That's it. Playlist for day 2, I try to put these little dividers here to kind of show the differentiation between day 1 and day 2. Day 2's got its own playlist, just like the other one. Okay, I've got 4 or 5, it's like six videos here. There you go. Look at that face. This is what you signed up for, folks. Sorry. So you're going to watch the playlist videos, get back to the module, find the homework. Once you have that homework done, okay, there's your homework for day 2. It's going to look just like the other ones. It's going to have the same exact instructions. You're going to submit it to the same place that you submit your other assignments. Again, Friday, September 26th, 2025, no later than 10 a.m. All right. So every playlist has a homework assignment. It's usually 2 a week. Sometimes it's 1 a week, depending on what's due. I think there's 1 week where we don't have anything due. I think that's Thanksgiving week. We'll talk about that later. And then you've got these things called quizzes, and you'll learn about those in the syllabus. You do not have to do every single quiz I offer. And that's all I'm going to say here, because I'm going to have you read the syllabus about that later. And if that doesn't make sense to me, feel free to leave me an email, and I can clarify that for you. Please notice week 2 and 3 are missing, and then I've got a little bit of week 4, and that's only because the first project is due in week 4. And I wanted to make sure that was open in case somebody wanted to get in there and start poking around at the project in the first couple days of class. Some students do. Some students like to get in there super early and do that. And that's awesome. Go for it if you want to. As soon as the scavenger hunt is submitted or the due date has passed, that Wednesday, September 24th has passed, as soon as that's done, I will turn the rest of the course on. Week 2, 3, the rest of week 4, all the way down through to week 12. So everything will be there. I know some students, I don't want to say a lot of students, but some students like to work ahead, especially if they have stuff to do in their lives outside of this. I thought of something while I was recording that last little bit of a video. There is a weird note on the schedule page, I think, about online students having to come into a testing center to take exams. That is absolutely not going to happen in this course. Everything is good. This is an online course. That means online. That means you don't come in. So I don't know exactly what's going on with that. I was on sabbatical in the spring writing a textbook. It doesn't apply to you. Just be aware. Your exams, which I'm going to have to create from scratch and then get uploaded. But they're going to be out of class. So just want to let you know about that. Don't worry about having to come in for anything, because you won't. All right, back to the video. So I will turn the entire course on. I just didn't want to do it right away. So I just left a few things open. All right, my friends, I think that's everything we have to talk about right now. But like I said in the intro video, you got my email. Feel free to shoot me a note if things don't make sense, and I will talk to you soon.